Hi guys, so today we are going to the AFTV studio for the watch-along. Arsenal take on Southampton at St Mary's. First of all, we're going to go to the gym. We're going to have a quick run. We're going to have a quick workout. Quick steam room and a quick swim. I'm not going to show you the swim in the steam room because I don't think people would be too happy about that. But then we are going to get ready and get up to the Emirates. Going to see if there's any cheap end of season gear there where it might be heavily discounted. To it. Quite busy out here today as well, funny enough. Must be after the fantastic victory yesterday. It looks like they've sold it all out. It's all the new stuff. How nice is this shirt though? I love that. Might have some food and then we're going to head into the AFTV studio for the watch-along at 2, do the pre-match show. Then we're going to do the watch-along and the fan cams afterwards. It's going to be fun. I'm going to show you some behind-the-scenes stuff.
By the time I finished, it felt alright. Wow.
Nice. I
went for a run yesterday. I'm starting to do more running on the road.
Stay tuned for this vlog. It's going to be fun, and I'd like to think that Arsenal get a 4-1 victory against Southampton. Now on to Reggae Flames to get a little bit of food pre-match. Look at that. Unbelievable. Oxtail, rice and peas. Now that is a beautiful bit of food and it tastes awesome.
To talk about starting 11, to my left I've got my boy Marty in the building.
Thank you, mate.
How you doing, bro?
I'm really good, mate. I'm really good.
Yeah, I saw you on the live yesterday.
I was indeed, yeah. Pick up the Arsenal women's team winning the Champions League. Fantastic result.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. Look, do you know what? That's huge. And everyone turns around and says, I've watched their games this season, and they're a fantastic side. And big credit to them. Anyone that wins a tournament like that and goes far, and they've put the work in. And that Barcelona side, they've been in that final 5 times, and they've won it 3 out of those 5, or I think 6 now. And so, guys, starting 11 done and dusted. Few minutes break and then we are going live with the watch along, which should be a good game. Looking forward to it.
AFTV, everyone, it's the final day of the season and we know that there's not that much to play for. There's nothing, let's be really honest, but we'll still be reacting to every kick of the ball. We'll be keeping up to date with all other 9 Premier League games, 4 in particular, as Fulham host Man City, Chelsea travel to Nottingham Forest, Villa go to Old Trafford, and there's one more. Newcastle of course host Everton. That is the battle for top 5 now. I'm still used to saying top 4, but I'm here with Martin, I'm here with Laurie, I'm here with Turkish. We'll run through the 11 again and we'll just be here just talking about everything that's going on. So send in your comments, we can chat a bit about the season. You can watch as our rivals are involved, well, some of our rivals are involved in a conversation that I think we did, listen, well enough, beating Newcastle to stay out of it going to this final weekend, but she never really got to this. How are we all feeling, Marty?
I'm feeling good, mate.
Yeah. Just happy to be here, watch some football on a sunny Sunday.
There you go. Listen, the one thing that I have looked at is we ain't going to have Premier League football for a while, and I do really love watching football. That's I'm not, people say, oh, you're just here to participate. I want to win things, but I really enjoy football, and I'm going to miss it. Obviously, then we've got the pre-season, the friendlies and stuff, and I'm not a huge fan of the international stuff. Obviously, we've got some of that coming up. I can't wait for the Champions League final next weekend. I love that. That for me is the best. Oh, it's a shame Arsenal aren't in it, obviously, but for me, that is the best game of the season. You've got 2 top teams going toe-to-toe, competing for one of the most coveted trophies in football. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Southampton. Now, I think it's fair to say on the watch-along, me and you are probably the 2 most positive Arsenal fans on that watch-along. We actually felt that this game did matter. The other 2 were a bit nonchalant, a bit apathetic. But, I mean, listen, 2-1. It was nice to see Odegaard get a goal. I thought that was a really good goal. That stands him in good stead, hopefully, for next season. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was a game worth winning, right?
100%, and it's funny you say that because I was just literally off camera thinking about that, and I was thinking for Odegaard because he's had a bit of a mixed reception and a mixed season performance-wise, that this goal I'm hoping ignites, this Martin Odegaard, this fantastic player that we've seen, this guy that can do amazing things with a football that I haven't seen other footballers do, and score fantastic goals. And today was a great example of that, where the way he picked up the ball, he made the goal himself. He gets brought on as a sub, plays the ball across, receives it again, beats his player, and pulls the trigger quick.
He does.
And he rifles that in the bottom corner. He picks his spot through a crowded box, puts it past the defenders, and Aaron Ramsdale has absolutely no chance. And that is what we've been wanting from Martin Odegaard all season. And that is what he's capable. He is an absolutely phenomenal finisher and a phenomenal player when he is on game. And today he was. And I think, like anything in life, it's about finding that level of consistency. And yeah, let's hope, it can kick on for next season. I said this on the watch-along and before, for me, today's game was more like a pre-season,
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah,
start of pre-season, pre-season started today. And, they'll have a couple of weeks off, albeit, but, next season it's kind of sort of do or die. He scored some fantastic goals where he's cutting from the right-hand side, got it onto his left foot, put it in the top corner. He's done it in the Champions League, he's done it in the Carabao Cup. And it's a shame there was a period where maybe he could have been played a little bit more, and he wasn't. But again, what a talent he is, and something definitely for the future. David Raya, consistent as ever, shares a golden glove with Matt Sells. I think he's an outstanding goalkeeper. And when you consider that he's come in from Brentford to Arsenal, and there was the Ramsdale and the Raya, and so many fans were opposed to it, and again, he's a top performer. Obviously, you got your Salibas and Gabriels, great players. Jurriën Timber, what a machine, plays on an injury. He's been playing with injections for the last God knows how many games, and now it's come out he's having ankle surgery. That's what a solid player he is. Thomas Partey's put Mikel Arteta and Berta in a position. Do we sign him for a year or 2 years? Declan Rice, come on. I mean, he says it all. I mean, this season he's stepped up. Them goals against Real Madrid, them free kicks, not to do one is outstanding, but then to do it the second one and make it better. That second free kick was out of this world. To beat Thibaut Courtois from that sort of distance as well.
Twice in one game,
like nothing. Yeah. And he has been like, putting him into this 8, I like him as a 6 for England, but putting him in the 8 into the 8 for Arsenal, he's been, and then obviously we've had the situation with Havertz being injured, and Mikel Merino stepped up to the plate. He's been brought in as an 8 or a 6, and he's ended up playing as a 9, and
So there have been positives, yeah. So
yeah, there have.
There has been negatives as well, but there definitely have been positives. Looking forward, then, obviously season's done now, but looking forward. How confident are you that we can bring in the right types of players and really make a push for some major honours next season?
So guys, the match has finished and the day has. I am going to get my way home. Arsenal nicking a 2-1 victory over Southampton at St Mary's. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please subscribe or follow, and I hope it was enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching, most appreciated, and I will see you on the next one. Whether that is next season or soon, we will find out. Thank you very much.